Hello, Year 6, and welcome back to the next session on Delightex using our CoBlocks. Today, we're looking at adding a list into our world so we can create some movement so we're not having to code each and every sprite at the same time. So for this then, what we can do, we can double click all of our sprites that are going to be in a list, and we can make sure they're all selected on for code. You can see I've got 4 camels in there. You can name them if you want. I'm going to keep mine as camel all the way up to camel 3. Now, the next thing I need to do once they're on code is go into my CoBlocks. So making sure you are on CoBlocks in there. And you need to create a list first of all. So in my list, I can search for lists, create empty list. That one's called my list. I can call it whatever I want. I'm going to call it camel list. Okay, nice and easy. Now, for my camel list, I'm going to add in the camels. So you can drag them in, making sure each one has been added. So camel, and then all the way through, adding camel 1. Just be careful on this when you're adding them that you do add the separate identities in there. And that's all of the 4 camels now added to my list. Now, the next thing we do, we go on to the control function, which is the orange tool. And you can see here for each element, and that are all the elements in the list. You can see all of the elements in this list. I want something to happen. So for each element in camel list, what do I want to happen? Now, this is what we can do. Okay, we can go to transform. So it's going to move. And then we can move them forward. Okay, oops, make sure it's in the correct place. Move them forward. And in there, I'm going to say move them all forward for 10 meters. Okay, and they're going to go for 10 meters in 5 seconds. Now, that's not going to work at the moment because it's only going to move camel 3. So this is where you need to go back onto your data field. And in your data, you will see I can drag in, move the entire camel list for 10 meters. Okay, now move camel list. Is that going to move the list or is that going to move my elements in there? We're going to test it, and I've done this on purpose so we can see what happens. So I'm moving the entire list 10 meters. Will that work? Let me see if I press play. No. Okay, my code has been broken. You'll see there's a little error, and that's telling me that the code is not working correctly. Now, the simple way to fix this is we're not going to try and move the entire list here. We need to move the individual elements in that list. So move element 10 meters forward in 5 seconds. Now, this code is going to show me that my camels should move forward. If I press play, okay, there's still an issue because only one camel moves and it waits till the other one moves and then all the way until the end. We need to fix that so they're all moving at the same time. This is a very quick fix in there. So what we can do, we can go back in and we can say for all my elements in the list, can you make sure that they run separately? So that means the code for each one is going to run separately in there and it should work now. So again, we're going to test it, press play. There we go. We've now got our camels moving forward. However, it doesn't really look like they're walking. So what we can do to begin with, we can obviously animate them. So if you want to, just make sure you can add some animation there. We're going to make them all run. Okay, they're all going to run together in the animation tool. This is not part of the coding. This is just the way you've set your game at the start. And it will then give the illusion that my camels are running towards me in my virtual world. Now the test now, play, there we go. We've got our movements on a list and they're all running at the same time.